morning, delivery fam, and welcome back to another episode of Breakfast with UDM on the Life of a Gig Worker podcast.
In today's episode, we're going to discuss, are robots replacing our jobs? Or will it just be a big old cannot compute? I got a video that I want to show you and get your thoughts on. Give it a play.
Dude, I wish this thing would rear end the shit out of this car. We're gonna watch it get T-boned right here. There's gonna be chicken nuggies everywhere.
This is so nuts. How does it know how to cross 4 lanes of traffic?
They're gonna get somebody to come over here in a Maserati 300 miles an hour. Look at that thing, bro. Where are we going after this?
Meet me. Look at him.
Video.
So, what's your thoughts, bro? I got a couple of. What's your thoughts?
Well, I was looking at the first thing that came to mind. I was like, well, damn. How is it being? It looked like it's being controlled. It's not.
It does.
It's not driving on its own. It's like just the same way that they pointed out. How does it know to inch forward? You know what I mean? It's like
a little.
Is there someone with like, what it called with the drones? You could see
the VR goggles. Yeah, the VR goggles with the little controller.
Right. I'm like, is someone somewhere with a very big remote control controlling this thing? Just the same way that they can control like drones and stuff. But that's the first thing that came to mind. And I saw the little, I got to play it. Hold on 1 second.
Dude, I wish this thing would rear end the shit.
You see the brake lights? You could barely see them damn brake lights. It's holding brakes. And it got brake lights.
But do you see how hard it brakes? Keep playing. Keep playing it.
Out of this car.
Well, damn. It was about to flip forward.
It brake checks this person 3 times.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I was looking at the turning signal. You see that?
Oh,
we're gonna watch it get.
You see that?
Yeah,
I was like,
that's like those Mustangs. Left. Left.
Left. That's what you call it, bro. Left.
Yeah,
right.
You were right.
Okay. But yeah, I was looking at it, man, and I was just like, especially that big white box or whatever you call it on top of it. It's like that's where it receives the signal. I don't know.
That looked like a computer with all the sensors and cameras, like how they got on the semi trucks where it's constantly taking photos and video.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like all those sensors.
I was thinking, those Google vehicles that be riding around. They got all them things on top, on side, everything about it.
They could subcontract these guys. They taking millions of photos. Street View.
So I was like, man, okay, Chick-fil-A is the only one doing this at the moment. This is the first of its kind that I've seen like this, right? Mm-hmm. I know back in the day, Postmates was trying to do those little robots that move on their own. But I was just like, man, are they hiring people to help these robots navigate throughout the whole city, wherever they're located? And I'm like, So these are the thoughts that came to mind. I don't know what line of questioning you have for me, but, yeah.
Okay, so obviously this thing is pretty big, and it might have like a warming station or things that we don't have. We don't know. Mm-hmm. But how do you feel about this taking over some of those Chick-fil-A deliveries? Obviously, it can't handle them all, but what do you think?
I'm willing to work with it. Just speaking from my perspective, I'm willing to work with it because I can't handle all of the deliveries. Plus, I know it cannot handle all of them either because its battery gonna die. Or you know what I'm saying? It's gonna need me. You know what I mean? Especially it looked like wherever they are, it's hot as hell. It looked like, man, that sun looked like it's beaming. So it's like
it looked like you got to plug the charger into his ass. You see a little charge port right there? They could have put that anywhere else, bro. It looked like a booty hole. Like,
Oh my God. Pause, Josh. You on some next level stuff, man. But hey, here I go saying but. Like wrong, bro. No. I don't even want to say he making a noise. Anyway, just seeing something like this, man. I feel with convenience being what it is in 2024, right? There's a lot of people. Convenience is at its all-time high. Like a lot of people don't want to leave their homes, and with however millions of babies that's being born on a daily basis, there's more and more increase in the population. There's and it's just growing and growing and growing, and convenience is at the forefront. I watched a video recently where in China, I believe, some kids they're so used to the convenience of having food delivered, they're doing it against their parents' will, and they're having their delivery drivers follow specific instructions. Like they get to a gate, don't knock or open the gate. Just act like you're on the phone and say, yeah, I'm cool, like whatever. And that would be the signal, or whatever, for them to now sneak out of the house and then go get the food that will be like maybe hanging over in the corner of the gates or something. You know, like it's like some secret mission to get their food delivered. So I'm looking at this, man, and I'm like, convenience is at its all-time high. Maybe it'd be even higher than that in years to come. Let's say 20 years from now. And the amount of orders that will be placed is either the platform or Chick-fil-A would have to hire staff to make these deliveries, or they will have to outsource and pay someone to get these deliveries done, or they could have their robots do a portion and outsource, so they save money, but they're still bringing in all of that money from every which way possible. So I wouldn't mind working with this versus it replacing me. I don't think it can replace me.
I could just imagine this thing pulling up at 2:00 in the morning. Probably got a little horn on it. You trying to be all slick like, don't let your mom know you ordered food. You little meep meep.
Bruh. I can't imagine this. I can't imagine this in certain neighborhoods, bro.
They gonna get robbed. You can't put that in overtime.
Maybe somebody. Have you ever seen somebody riding around in the hood with two different wheels on one bike?
Oh,
you can
it's
tell.
Got 4.
You
got
can tell.
4 feet of steel.
You can tell it ain't supposed to have one of them wheels on it.
That's
you know,
what these be.
And the way that it looks,
T-boned right here. It's gonna be chicken nuggies everywhere.
This is so nuts. How does it know how to cross 4 lanes of traffic?
They're gonna get somebody come over here in a Maserati 300 miles an hour.
Look at them wheels, man. Them wheels look like they might work good on something other than that vehicle right there, that robot thing.
Yeah, that 3-wheel tricycle that Uncle Buck got down the corner.
Oh damn. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, bro, I would not mind working with it. That's how I feel. All right. Well, do I feel like this will replace me? Nah. This could only go but so far, unless someone is inching behind it for range purposes or staying close enough so they can make sure that the signal is still remaining connected or whatever. They can't get far with this. You think this is gonna go 20 miles? Bruh.
So hear me out. I know in the last episode I had made a little bit of a comment, right? And that comment was, hey, better be careful because you just one no tip away from being replaced by a drone, right?
Yeah.
So here's my thought. Put the no tip orders in there.
But wait, hold up now. Hold up, because if the no tip orders go in there, but they are the majority, And we're also dealing with people being tip shamed. There'll probably be a lot less tipped orders, bro.
Hey, beggars can't be choosers. You don't want the tip orders, you don't got to take them. They're making things to take them.
You know what? I hear you loud and clear, man. This would not have been even in the works if orders wasn't sitting.
Yep.
As long as they are at restaurants, and orders are sitting as long as they are because they can't find a driver that is willing to take it the distance that it got to go for the pay that is offering. But the restaurant does not know what that driver is being offered to take it. So they came up with their own. Dog. Chick-fil-A, salute. I don't know if this is a tipped order or not, but you are providing a service to your customers that is obviously needed in the areas that it is. I believe I heard about something like this going on in Atlanta. Do you know where this is taking place, bro?
I don't. I don't think they said it, but they sound like they got a southern twang to their voice.
All right, so I'm gonna look it up. Right, Chick-fil-A robot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Chick-fil-A robot. Yeah. It's Alpharetta. I'm seeing it in Atlanta. Yeah, and they got other types of robots and stuff. They got different versions, but Georgia seems to be like a main location. Oh,
like a pilot.
Yeah, it just might be. All right, I see Austin, Woodstock, Georgia, Alpharetta, Atlanta. These are the only locations I'm seeing, and not all of them may look like the one that we just watched in that video. But yeah, that's interesting, bro. That is super interesting.
With that, I want to introduce you to Peanut. So in the next video, you're going to see how robots have their place, and they have places where I don't think they should be. But because of everything going on, I feel like they're being forced to be put there. So check out this video and let me know what you think.
So this is Peanut.
This is Peanut.
According to the text, this robot named Peanut was taking these. Okay, all right. So let's meet Peanut.
This robot named Peanut was taking these customers at a restaurant to their table to sit when suddenly one of the customers got in his way and he said this.
Don't block my way, please. I have to work. Otherwise, I'll be fired.
This robot named Peanut was.
Don't block my way. I have to work. Yo,
or I'll be fired.
And it's acting as a host.
Yeah. So I want to give you a little bit of perspective because I've seen a little bit on the table. So this is not the location in Orlando. This is actually a hot pot restaurant. If you play the video, you'll see like the little burners in the middle of the tables.
Let me
was
play.
Taking these customers at a restaurant to their table to sit when suddenly one of the customers.
Oh,
you see the little burners?
Hold on.
When suddenly.
Yeah,
so those
I
are
see.
like, yeah, those are the little burners for your hot pot. So you can either get like a skillet, or you could get a like a soup base and cook your meat in that. But that's besides the point. Anywho, the reason why these are important in these particular locations is because it's kind of a high profit location. So these places sell you the meat in unlimited quantities most of the time, and you basically pay for the experience, right? So you can cook your own meat. You can do it on the skillet, on the cast iron, or in the pot. And you can have it seasoned however you want, cook it how you like, and then you add your own sauces and mix, and it's kind of like a buffet. So these guys, they're trolling around, and they're trying to basically deliver the meat, pick up your plate, show you to your table, and in the end, even pay. So what do you think?
And because of the type of restaurant it's more expensive.
Yes.
But the experience is what people talk about.
So, and you'll see that the technology and lingo on the machine is kind of Asian, right? So most of these hot pot places are called Korean hot pots or K pots. So you'll see that they try to mimic that like anime look as well. So it's a part of the experience, but it's also getting rid of the waitresses in some of these locations. Some of them still have them just to kind of take your order or like maybe watch the robots, unload the robots, load the robots type of deal. But most of them have, like the ones I've went to are switching predominantly to those little robots.
Now, I'll tell you this. I'm going to do a search, right? Just to see what comes up as far as like, just robot waitresses, or waiters, or what would you call them? Just robot waiters, waitresses?
Yeah,
waiters are male, waitresses female. I guess, is there something for non-binary? I don't know.
What's a non-binary waiter?
Right? I don't know. All right. So I'm gonna do a quick search. My bad. I hit my mic, but I'm gonna do a quick search to see what comes up as far as just robot waitresses, and this one looks human-like.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
All right, let's check this one out. Oh my gosh.
And finally, nothing spectacular here, just friends taking a shot. Only one appears to be a robot. Videos of this jerky drinks hostess had customers convinced, but it turns out it's the restaurant's real owner. Mind you, service seems a bit slow. And finally, nothing spectacular.
Say what?
Bruh.
When they said it's a restaurant's owner, they threw me off, bro. Is this you think it's a robot, Josh?
Nah, I guess, but I mean, it says robotic restaurant owner fools customers. So she doing like the robot dance?
Spectacular here, just friends taking a shot. Only one appears to be a robot.
Bruh, that look like a robot.
It do look like a robot, but that's the white paint she put on her face.
Oh. Yeah, she got me fooled. Hold up.
Videos of this jerky drinks hostess had customers convinced, but it turns out it's the restaurant's real owner. Mind you,
Yo.
This man
She
just
got me.
A fake robot. Someone posing to be the replacement.
All right, hold on. I got to find another one. Hold on. Because, y'all ain't going to make me look crazy. All right. So I remember seeing one in a restaurant here, but it did not look like the first one that you showed with the first one we put on the screen with it was the host taking some people to the seat, right? Yeah. There was one where it's like they had different shelves.
Yeah, that's the one over
okay.
here. I mean,
all right, here it is right here. Hold on 1 second. Let me just. All right. So this is the one that I'm talking about. I've seen something like this, not this one exactly, but something like this is. Yeah, let me just play it. All right. Now look at how it's going to the table. All right, the one that I saw, it's going to the table and it avoids people. It's like there's something at a specific table, like it has a whole map and it knows how to get around the restaurant. And I was watching it, and this was maybe about 2 years ago, bro. I was picking up a catering order and I was watching it avoid people and go around the tables, go through little spaces in the tables, in between tables, and then get to the location it needed to get to. Then it said something like, your food has arrived, or something like that. And I'm like, well, damn, But in this case here, it's replacing a waiter or a waitress, bro. It's taking somebody's job.
But that's what I'm saying. A lot of people are complaining about the tip shaming, the no tips, low tips, whatever you want to call it. So instead of tip shaming, they put a robot. Problem is, robots still ask for a tip.
But guess what? Somebody still got to put that food on the shelf.
The cook.
But do you think a cook would? All right, when you go to places like IHOP or these places where you could see the chef, but you can't see them cooking or whatever, you just hear the ching 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 that they got going on back there, right? So it's like once they're done, they put the food up, they put the ticket on it, whatever, you know what I'm saying? They hit the bell and they say, "Oh, it's ready," and they on to the next one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you think with a chef doing all of that, they already got a lot going on back there? And I heard chefs don't get any part of the tip because they're paid well. You know what I mean?
I would assume they probably have a singular person that's loading and unloading these things. I would even go as far as saying it's the dishwasher. Or
maybe it's the hostess or the host.
Or what used to be the host.
I mean, until the host get replaced, I feel like the host or the hostess will always be at the front of the restaurant welcoming people in and taking them to their table.
That's what Peanut was.
Yeah, but Peanut isn't everywhere. It was at a location for an experience. So,
but if you already got one of these and one of those, you might as well add the other one to take you get what I'm saying? Like, you already got a robot. It's kind of like a Roomba, right? You already got a Roomba that sweeps your floor. And then they put the other convenient one out that mops the floor. You might as well have them both.
Or you can stop being so damn lazy and get a broom and a mop.
Listen. These people are trying to avoid wages. That's what they're trying to do. So in order to gain some of that profitability back, they're gonna put a hostess, a robot, a Peanut. Then you got, I guess, Jose that brings the food, and then you probably got Princess that comes and picks up the food.
But I think it moves too slow, bro. Hold on. I'm gonna just watch this again. Hold on. Cause
it might be sweeping the floor too. You don't know.
Hold on. Look how slow it's moving. It's like, hey, I got food over here. You smell that?
It's like,
yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just moving nice and slow.
But I bet it don't.
All right, what did it say?
I bet it don't spill that soup.
No, it probably won't.
It's moving slow.
Yeah.
You know how many times a waiter gets burned by spilling soup because they do want to.
But what if somebody that doesn't care about keeping their kids under control? You got some badass baby kid. Like, hey, what's this?
Yaga. I mean, there's going to be human error related in there, but we could throw reasons why all day or why not all day. But the reason why is the fact that with wages going up, I mean, look at California. With wages going up, these restaurant owners have been forced to raise the price of their menu. And then on top of that, in order to fight that, the government continues to put these stipulations out that says they must be paid this, they must be paid that. So the more these go up, the more these are going to start showing up. Because restaurant owners can't afford it. They got to buy this, $3 steak. Yeah. But in order to pay the guy to cook it for 5 minutes, they got to pay him $45 an hour. And the waitress, she wants $1 million in tips a year. So we got to pay her $30 an hour. So I see the why. The question is there a potential there for that to become not just a hypothesis, but an action?
I see what you're saying. And this is my optimistic view of this entire robotic thing. It makes, like you said earlier, I think it was spill the soup, not gonna spill the soup, right?
Yeah.
You ever seen a waitress or a waiter spill freshly made food?
Oh yeah.
I feel so bad for them and bad for the person that was expecting it. You know, I'm like, oh, you wanted that, huh?
I'm the exact opposite. I'm the guy that's like, Opa!
I'm telling you. But I'm looking at it and I'm for, and like I said, optimistic view. I'm for the experience. But I'm looking at, all right, I've been in a really crowded restaurant, bro. And when it gets really crowded and people get hungry, it's chaos. And I feel like you need as many hands on deck, human hands on deck, to get these things from the kitchen to the tables as quickly as possible. I critiqued how slow it moves. Yes, it's not spilling the soup. Yes. But I feel like you can't put too many of these robot waitresses in one location. You might get away with 2, but if that restaurant gets chaotic, you need human hands on deck, because the robot's too slow and it's just too much going on. It needs to get in and out of the kitchen as quickly as possible to get people their food. It's cool looking, and maybe they will improve how it functions in the future, but it's a cool idea, and I wouldn't mind working with it.
So there's an app for that, though.
What do you mean?
So, okay. So basically what you just described is influx of labor needs when the demand is increased, right? So the humans need to be there for when the demand is increasing. Right? So say that the restaurant's starting to get chaotic and you need human hands because you need people that are quick. There's an app for that. It's called ShiftSmart.
Yeah, it's like I've actually done some jobs on ShiftSmart. That's another app we didn't discuss in the previous episode. But
but that's what I'm saying. We always throwing out opportunities at this point. So, but like I said, so there's an app for that, and in order to take shifts with certain places, you have to complete the pre-training, which might be food safety or menu training or whatever the case may be. So you have to complete that training before moving to the next step, which would be accepting a shift. So they could just use the robots when it's slow and then ramp up and use someone and pay them only when they need to, instead of having to pay them, 40 hours a week plus this additional, benefits and this and that.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it, man. I guess there's many different ways we can slice this cake. You know what I mean? Like, we can slice it sideways or triangular. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess we kind of went left a little bit, because the waiters' jobs really aren't our jobs. My main point is that, since we're delivery space people, I wanted to get your thought on whether it would be fruitful to have these out and help us, or would it be a flop, or would they take over completely at some point? Because there's not just floor drones, for lack of better words. You have air drones, you have robots, you have the little driving things. So, I mean, with everything that they're testing, they could very well create their own inside network, like what Amazon did with the little moving shelf things that are really creepy.
Yeah, I heard about that. And I think Instacart has a cart that I forgot what its functions are, but I think it does it. Now I got to look it up, man. But as far as like functioning with, I've said it a few times in this podcast episode that I'm willing to function with the robot, right? I am willing to work with it. I understand we're not waiters and waitresses, But I also understand, like, when it's slow, why have somebody there that you got to pay hourly and benefits and all that stuff when you don't even need them because it's just that slow. But if 1-2 people come in here, just have the robot just, hey, the chef ain't working too hard because it's slow. Just put it on cook the food, put it on the shelf, and just send it off to the table that the customer's at.
See, and I'm not saying that they'll fully replace this, but I do think that it'll start to make access limited. So, for example, these 2 a.m. runs, it obviously Chick-fil-A is not going to be the only one with these out there on the streets. But these 2 a.m. runs, when some people think it's fruitful for them to be able to work for the gig economy, it's really actually slow in the market. So they may start to just say, okay, we're going to close the market and transition over to these little delivery vehicles.
Robotics.
and which it kind of, instead of it being freedom of flexibility, it'll be freedom of flexibility within the peak hours. And I feel like that would make the most sense because those are typically the drivers that are complaining that they don't make as much.
But then they would have to hire people that can manage these, that can handle these.
Well, they would probably put it on the restaurant.
And if they break down, somebody got to go get it.
Roadside assistance. I mean, just like Lime and all those, they probably will not really hire, but contract a couple of robot repair places in the local area.
There's such a thing called robot repair?
Computer shops do robot repairs. I mean, most of them are pretty generic. It's just a DC motor with a bunch of sensors on the top. So they might just send a roadside person to go and pick it up.
Opportunity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's opportunities there, but I'm saying, will it replace our jobs? In my opinion, it could start to limit your ability to your job. Yes. Will it replace it? No. But that's my view on it. That's my take.
I don't disagree with that take. It kind of like, meshes well with what I was saying. I'll work with, like say for instance, if I'm a waiter and the restaurant that I work at, it has 2 robots, right? Let's say the weekends are the busiest time. And whenever I work weekends, let's say I make $300 a day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? It's because it's busy.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I want to sit my ass at a location Monday through Thursday when it's slow just to collect less than 300 when I could be doing or investing my time into something else? You know what I mean? That's the way that I'm looking at it, So yeah, that's just my take.
Yeah, let me compare it to something that you're used to. So Grubhub, for example, block guarantees, right? So if you don't make, say, $10 an hour, $20 an hour, whatever, they'll make up the difference. So if you think about it that way, when they start to gather the data of when they probably already have it, to be honest with you, what are the slowest times? Because I remember Grubhub markets used to close and they would just log everybody off at certain times when it wasn't busy. So to kind of, instead of going back to being open 24/7 or closing down certain times, I feel like they would deploy those robots instead. So that's, in my opinion, that's how I would use these robots, is to supplement the labor loss. It's obviously times when people don't want to work or people aren't awake or whatever the case may be, but there are times where they are awake and working and somebody wants to work but might not be able to now because those robots are out and about.
And I know, especially, I believe your bird in the background is agreeing with a lot of what you're saying. But I don't disagree with what you said either. I agree with the bird. I agree with the bird. I agree with you. It would make things a lot. There's so many doors, and I don't even want to just start listing all of them here. because it could be a whole future episode. You know, and I'm just like, man, say that again.
Keep it in mind.
Yeah, but it's like there's so many things that we can unpack in this conversation here that you just listed one of them. Like during the times that maybe it's too dangerous in the city, right?
Hurricanes.
Why not? Yeah, have you seen that boat that can drive on land?
Yeah, make one of those.
Yeah,
Opportunity. Hey, there's your opportunity. Figure out how to make it, sell it. Boom. When hurricane season hits, we got this.
No, but my point is, hurricane season. Like we're in hurricane season now, and people are hungry, and the robot, still needs to work. Right? It doesn't get tired. Its battery might drain, but it doesn't get tired. It's gonna do what a human cannot do during that time. And I just use that as an example, but it could be at any time. Like you mentioned slow times during the week. You mentioned certain hours of the day that less drivers are out, or it's just more convenient to use a robot versus an actual human, right? Like I said, there's so much that I can unpack here. If less people are out on the road, less crimes would be committed. Like say for instance, violent crimes that happen because people are out on the road. Like I remember someone, I don't know them, but I remember someone was hit by a vehicle because they were out on the road late night. You know what I mean? Like the vehicle, I guess, didn't see them. And I'm just using that as an example, but I know we're talking about working, right? But if less people, the whole point that I'm making is if less people are out on the road, let's say they are working the graveyard shift, they are doing deliveries during the hours that people are typically sleeping, right? This would alleviate a lot of any possible violent crimes or situations that would happen during those times. You know what I mean? And that's just one layer. Go ahead.
And that's the positive spin on things, because everybody thinks are robots taking over. They fear their jobs, but having a artificially intelligent, I'll say, being to take over the less desirable or the or I could even say the dangerous. We covered the dangers of DoorDash this week, or the nasty. That was the dude got beat up, right? Or
that was actually Uber. That was
right.
the Uber rideshare situation. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, he got beat up. But if you had like a little autonomous bus that was doing these bar runs at night, hey, more power to you.
Yeah. I see that, like there's something futuristic about this, and this is why it's important to understand how these things function, and start, instead of looking at it like, oh man, we will be replaced. I'm thinking of, well, shoot, it's helping. How can I work with it? It's the same thing as AI. Like, oh man, AI is just, oh my gosh, all these futuristic conversations and theories and all that stuff about what AI can do. And there's a lot of negative, but what if we work with it? Work with it. It has already, like ChatGPT has already like caused people, man, I can't get away from a video where the voice is AI. I can't get away from it. It's everywhere. So, and did you watch any of the Drake versus Kendrick beef?
Yeah.
How Drake used Tupac's voice and Snoop's voice. You could tell it wasn't them actually, but how similar they sounded, and it was AI. Dude, that's an example of Drake in that situation working with AI to deliver a blow that, you know, will haunt him now because the whole world is doing the Kendrick stuff. But yeah, but you get what I'm saying. Working with it versus looking at it like giving it the stank face, like you just came in here, you took my job, and you know I'm a unscrew your battery.
Give me your plug, yank.
I'ma steal your charger. You know, like, yeah. So I just feel like it's important, since this is the future. I think it's important.
They picked the right place for somebody to steal the charger too. They put him right in Atlanta. Like,
dude, I can't even talk about Atlanta because a lot of things happen here too, bro. People will steal the lug nuts off your wheel. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't even joking on that, bro. Like, hey, that's another conversation. But I think we should definitely consider working with. And since this is more of a tech conversation, I gotta ask you this. In the times that we're in, seems like the government, it seems like to me that the government is trying to push more EVs versus gas powered or diesel powered, right? Mm-hmm. If you absolutely had to choose a vehicle that is electric, which one would you go for to do gig work?
I definitely would not choose a Tesla. And I'll down on Tesla all day long. The Cybertruck is trash. It looks like an absolute terrible atrocity that a kid could have drew when they were 4. So yes, I slam Tesla all day long. So I when I think about a gig vehicle, I think about something that is very, very versatile, right? So a truck would be very versatile with gig work, especially with it being electric. So I would go with a Rivian. So Rivian makes 2 different vehicles that are very versatile for gig work. And one of which is the Rivian truck. I don't know the exact model, but the other one is the Rivian SUV. So Ford has come out and made a statement that in order to make EVs profitable, that they will not be making any large style SUVs when it comes to the EV classes. And that's detrimental to gig workers, especially those who do rideshare and they love to have that extra leg room for their customers or even leg room for them. I can't fit in a Corolla. So if I can't fit in a Corolla, what makes you think that I'm going to be able to fit in a Tesla all day?
Well, you could get the
X.
The Model X, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not, to me, that's still not an SUV. It's like a crossover sedan to SUV. It's too small.
It's a station wagon.
Yeah, it fits 7 people, but I mean, it's the Jetson station wagon. That's what I would call it, bro. I feel old by saying it.
Yeah. Yeah, but that makes sense. Yeah, I get you. I was looking at a Model X the other day, and I was like, man, this is my SUV, which is considered a mid-sized. Mm-hmm. It's not even a large SUV. I was looking at the Model X, and I was looking at mine, and I was like,
it's the same damn size.
It's the same damn size. You know, so I'm like, So to answer the same question I asked you, I'll go for the Hummer, bro. The Hummer pickup truck thing. Now, the reason why is because I didn't get a chance to look inside of it, but if I want to move something, I got a bed. Right? It is big. It is humongous. Right? I don't know what the range is like on that sucker, but I'm just like, man, you know, with Florida, all this flooding, that stuff, you know, we've had how many floods going on down here. I had to drop catering orders that was going downtown because it was extremely flooded down there, and they didn't even know about it till I notified them, and I sent them all kind of all kind of videos, man. We flooded, but that Hummer, there's something about it, bro. I would take the Hummer over that Cybertruck any day.
Yeah,
but the
and
Cybertruck fast as hell.
Yeah, it's that manly feeling behind the Hummer. But check out the Rivian. So the Rivian,
no, I know the Rivian. I know you don't even have to tell me. I love that truck, bro. Or the SUV, the truck, and all Rivian. I love it, bro. I'm putting my hands up. You can't see it, but I'm telling you.
Yeah,
yeah. Go ahead.
The underneath the bed, there is a complete pass-through door that goes from one side to the other. My first thought right there, nothing but pizza space right there.
You're just a tech nerd, bro. You seeing the reason. But I'm saying, like, you said, man, there's the whole space, right? I could put the largest pizza down here. like I get it. I understand. I have not taken the time out to go and experience a Rivian, but I've seen one and I immediately fell in love with it. I don't have the same type of feeling for Tesla at all. Not any of their cars, SUVs, whatever. Not even their fastest vehicle. I forgot what it's called. The Roadster. Right. Is it the Roadster that's the fastest?
Yeah, the Roadster.
Okay. All right. If we're wrong, put it in the comments. What's the fastest Tesla? All right. But I'm just saying, man, you know, the Rivian, when I first saw it, I just fell in love with it, bro. But for the sake of gig work, I need options. And the Rivian, even if it's nice and pretty, I don't think I will want to do certain types of jobs with that Rivian, especially if it's flooded down here. I ain't taking my Rivian out nowhere. You know what I mean? But them big tires on that Hummer?
See, but that's my problem. With you being in Miami, because I owned a truck, right? And I got rid of my truck. I loved my truck, but I got rid of my truck because there ain't no damn where to park it here in Orlando. It barely fit in anywhere. Parking garages, parking spaces here are made for compact cars. I don't understand it. So I got rid of the truck, got me an SUV. I'll never look back.
But remember, we talking about gig work, and I'm looking at the Hummer as options. You know what I mean?
What you gonna be doing out there in the flood when all these restaurants are closed?
Who said it's just gonna be that? Man, I might throw this at you. Like, check this out. I might have a business and FEMA might have to contract, you know what I mean? Outsource. Hey, I need you to move. I need you to get something. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, hey, I got my Hummer. You know what I mean? I got them big dick tire. What?
I'll rescue these fools. But it's gonna cost you a pretty penny.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. You know, but it's not just about rescuing anybody. It's like delivering supplies to places that need it, that regular vehicles can't get to. You know what I mean? And I saw the Hummer truck. Have you seen one in person?
I have. They're wide.
They not just wide, they are tall. They're big, bro. And the tires are huge. I
would take one, but again, in my opinion, it's the usability here in my area.
Yeah, I understand why you're saying what you're saying.
Yeah. So I mean, I would.
You ain't got nowhere to park. You ain't got no space.
Yeah, I would love one. They're beefy. They're manly. It's nice, but where I'm gonna put it?
No, I ain't getting it because it's beef, manly. None of that. I'm getting it because of the features that it come with, and I see it. If I need to move something, I need to put supplies. I got a bed. If I need to get through the flood, I just want what?
You just want to do the crab walk.
I don't know what you getting at with that, but I see so many opportunities with the Hummer.
You don't know that it crab walks?
Wait, you saying something for real?
Yes, it crab walks.
Okay, hold up. I'm about to find it.
All four of the wheels turn.
And the first thing come up in the search, Hummer crab walk. Are you serious?
Talking about do the Snoop walk.
Okay, hold on. Let me look at the shorts. Okay, Hummer EV crab walk. All right, so let's take a look at this right here.
All right, so crab walking in the Hummer EV has to be the coolest party trick of any vehicle. Basically what this does is it allows the rear and the front wheels to steer in the same angle, allowing the Hummer EV to move diagonally. You just push and hold this button right here to activate crab walk, and while it's loading, you'll see this really cool animation in this giant display. Once it's loaded, you just turn the steering and the Hummer EV stays pointing forward while it glides left or right. And the reason that the Hummer EV can do this is because it has four-wheel steering, meaning the rear wheels can also turn in the opposite direction as the front wheels, allowing this to have an insanely tight turning radius, which comes in super handy because this thing is massive. All right, so crab walking in the Hummer EV has to be the...
I ain't sold over no damn crab walk, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like that, man. I'm talking gig work, bro. And I just looked at the bed.
Hummer, but I don't know all of his features.
Hold on.
Meaning the rear wheels can also turn in...
All right, look at the wheels, bro.
The opposite direction as the front wheels, allowing this to have an insanely tight turning radius, which comes in super...
Look at it, bro. Look at you above. Man, you got basically Noah's Ark right here in South Florida with doggone. You know what I mean, bro? I could take what?
Float away. Go ahead, float away.
Whatever, man.
Handy because this thing is massive.
Look at them big wheels in the back. You know, it's not a big bed, but I make it work. You know what I mean?
I'll get a trailer.
You know, exactly, bro. Hey, see, you giving me ideas. Innovation, right?
See,
opportunity.
If you were smart, you would put another battery pack on the trailer underneath so that when you're towing, you could just plug it in and drive and play.
See, I don't know much about what you're talking about, Josh. I don't know nothing about that EV life. Obviously, you know more than I do, but this is my choice to do gig work. Boy, I pull up in a Hummer. Ooh-wee.
People gonna think they tipping gig workers too much, and it's gonna be detrimental.
See, now you gotta kill my dreams, bro. Cause you right. Oh, you a gig worker and you pulling up in a Hummer? Man, whatever, dog. You just get, I don't want a Hummer no more. I'm gonna get a Chevy Bolt.
Oh, ew! I can't even fit in those. How are you?
Whatever, man. Whatever. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna take. Don't got back seats. I'm gonna open up the trunk.
Did I ever show you I had to like take the bolts out of the seat and make new holes in the rental car without him knowing for me to fit in it?
No. How tall are you, Josh?
I'm 6'2".
I'm 6'1". So okay.
Fit in a Chevy Bolt. Give it a shot.
I don't know. Maybe one day I'll try, and maybe it'll be just for some giggles. But anyway, man, this was a very interesting episode where I learned some things about the Hummer that I did not know, and also about this host of a robot. I mean, this conversation was very, I'll tell you this, from my perspective, it was more thought about the robots than I have ever thought about. I knew they existed, but I never, even when I was looking at it, I was more intrigued at that restaurant when I was picking up the catering order. I was more intrigued. I was like, look at this thing. Oh, man. Oh, it's avoiding people.
Somebody come look at this.
Yeah, exactly, bro. That was an example. That's exactly what was going on in my head. So, but now this conversation, it made me think about, how do I feel about it replacing me? Will it replace me? No. Can I work with it? And what benefits I would get from working with it? And there's so many positives that I'm seeing that I don't want to unpack in this video. But man, I'm more welcoming to the conversation about robotics being added to certain industries where, you know, there's a lot more jobs placed on a human being for the pay that isn't enough for the amount of hats that human being has to wear.
So I'm going to ask you one more question before we wrap up, though. If you could have one robot assist you in your gig work, what would it be?
Drive the car. Just drive. I mean,
I'm lazy. I'd want the one that walks upstairs.
I don't need that. I don't need that because there's a cart that climbs stairs, bro. I'll use my cart to climb the stairs, but drive the car because, man, sometimes, bro, when you be out here all day.
But would you trust it to drive the car?
I mean, yeah. You asked me what I wanted to do with, what would I want to, how would I use it? That's not the exact question, but how would I use it on food delivery? And I said, drive the car. Just drive the car. All I got to do is just hop in, hop out. You know what I mean? That's it. That's it for me. What about for you?
Well, like I said, I would have one that goes up the stairs.
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
Yeah. I'd have one that just deploys out of the back trunk, a little button that I push, and it takes the food to the door. And it comes back, knocks right back up to the car.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, you waiting on it to come back. And
somebody done jacked my robot. I put a little GoPro on it.
Then you go look for it because it's like a bird scooter. You got to go search for it. You got an app, right? You got to go look for it. And now when you get it, the wheels or its legs is gone.
Now, you know what I would do? I'd probably do something stupid. Like I would put something on it and like a voice that says, "Hey, don't do that. The owner around the corner, he got a gun."
Yeah. He watching you right now.
You
see this black thing that look like my eye? It's actually a camera.
Boom! Put a little 9mm through the forehead. He just boom.
Yeah, man. But this was definitely an interesting conversation, man. And I look forward to more, just to see what like robots is gonna be like in the near future. I want to say 5 more years. I want to see how much more they will be upgraded versus now.
Well, I will say that we are definitely well past the 5 years that I gave Tesla for taking over. I was completely freaking wrong. And Tesla's still the damn same. So,
yeah.
I don't know where we going to be. Probably in the same damn place.
Yeah. That's it. So, I guess whoever made it to this part of the video, just put a battery down in the comment section. Because that's what a lot of us will be using. A lot of batteries will be drained in the near future, right? We don't know if it's going to be used for your robot or if it'll be... Or you.
Your personal battery.
Well, I don't know where you're going with that, but...
You got to go save the robots. We're going to be tired. We're going to be tired of saving the robots.
Yeah, so just put a battery down in the comment section and let me know, or let us know how you that you made it to this part in this part of the video. But question to you, same question that I asked Josh, or same question he asked me. What vehicle would you use for delivery or gig work? It doesn't have to be food delivery. Whatever gig that you're out there doing on a regular basis, that's your bread and butter or whatever. What gig would you use? And how would you use that robot on a delivery or in the gig that you work? How would you use it? I mean, I love the Hummer, bro. I love the Hummer. I love how it looked, and you made me feel some type of way. But I think after I sleep on it, I think I'll be good. I'll go back to my Hummer. And that's it. That's all I got, bro. I got nothing else.
All right. This is...
Oh, yeah. What time it is, D-Fam? It's time to, what? Go get your money.